Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. My name is Brandon and today I'm going to be sharing with you a video on the layout of our church media computer. I've had multiple people ask me if I would share this, and so hopefully this will help you. I'll be sharing the specs of our computer and also be sharing you kind of what we do on Sunday mornings and kind of the layout in ProPresenter and different things like that. And so hopefully this video will help you. If you don't mind, please like and subscribe to our channel. And we also have a lot of other videos. Some of them are about media. Most of them are about media. But we do have some other things, and we're going to be coming out with some more content soon. Also, if you're in Louisiana and you're part of the Assemblies of God, I'll be at the LEAD conference in just a few weeks and be doing a breakout session there. So please come see me. We'll have some door prizes, and I'll be sharing with you some things about social media, sound and video, and all those kind of things. And so we'd love to see you there if you're part of the LEAD conference. And so anyways, if you will, just take a look at this video and don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, so this is our specs on our computer. We're running a 2017 Retina 4K iMac that's 21.5 inches, and we're running a 3.6 gigahertz quad-core Intel Core i7, and then our memory is 32 gigs, and so a graphics card is a Radeon Pro 564 gig. And so I will tell you that on our storage, we're only running 500 gigs. And when we bought this computer, it was obviously before COVID and before we had to make a lot of videos. And so anyways, kind of wish I would have went with a terabyte there, but the cost of this computer at the time was around $3,500 or $3,200, something like that. And so we just decided not to go any further with that. And so anyways, we went with the 500 gigs. And it does fill up from time to time just because I'm editing a lot of videos on our computer. So that's maybe something you want to consider. But this computer works pretty good, and it'll load up in about 30 seconds. Our other computer in our media booth is kind of like a base model. It was about $1,800, and it's also an iMac, looks just the same, but it takes about 5 minutes for it to load up. So it's got a terabyte of memory, of storage, but a lot slower. So anyways, kind of consider that whenever you're looking at everything. So anyways, here is our layout as far as ProPresenter. We also use Spotify for pre-service things, and so I have no idea what that is. Let's see, pre-service upbeat. This is kind of our playlist. If you want a pre-service upbeat list, just subscribe or follow our channel right here, and these songs are on there. They're just upbeat songs. Some of them are kind of older, some of them are kind of newer, but that's just what we play right before our services start. So if you want to follow that, First AG Media, you can find those there. We do pay for Spotify, so we don't have the ads popping up, and so anyways, definitely would consider doing that if I was you. So anyways, here's ProPresenter 6. I'm going to talk about it really fast, just in case you've never had anything dealing with ProPresenter. ProPresenter 7 is out now. It is a lot different. Pretty much everything is kind of on the opposite side of the screen. Like here is your display screen that's kind of showing what is usually on your projectors or live stream, and so it's on the left over here. Pro 7 is going to be over here on the right, and a lot of different look. And so if you haven't gotten ProPresenter yet, you're most likely going to be buying ProPresenter 7, and it's going to be a little bit different. And so some of this stuff, you'll see some of the features, but it definitely will look a lot different in Pro 7. We just haven't switched because honestly, it costs a little bit more than we can afford right now, and then also, or that we want to pay, and then also we want to get the DeckLink Duo and work on some different things there. So anyways, but I'm going to show you the kind of layout we have. One, here's our logos. Under here, we just have different kinds just in case. This is our playlist, so we have one for each week and different events that we have. And then so like for last week, last Sunday, we have all of this listed here. This is our logo. TV slides are like basically our announcement slides. So if I click on that, they're set on a timer, which is right here. And we can click on whatever amount of seconds we want, and we don't have to worry about transitioning before service. And so there you go. You'll see some of the graphics have moving words and different things like that. We do that on Canva, and Canva is a very good program. If you're not Photoshop savvy, Canva is definitely the way to go. I'm kind of jealous. I had to learn a lot of stuff on Photoshop. My wife had Canva looking a lot better than my graphics in a heartbeat. and she's more creative. And so anyways, camera's a good thing. But just to kind of show you on the TV slides or our announcement slides, some of them you'll see this grayed out. I leave those as kind of generic slides in case I don't get to make an actual graphic for that week or for that specific event. So let's say right here, we have down here at the bottom our journey slide, which is first Tuesday of each month. If I don't get to make an actual journey slide, then I'll enable that by right-clicking and hit enable and show that. But if I can make a specific graphic for that month, then I'll do that. And so anyways, it'll go through all these slides every 5 seconds, and then when it gets down to the last one, it'll loop back to the first one. And so that's a good feature using the timer on there. And then on the countdown, we have right here, we have multiple countdowns set in here. We mainly just kind of use these two, one for our young adult service once a month on Tuesday, and then our main one right here. Now, one of the things that is kind of cool that they came out with ProPresenter 6, and I'm sure it's on 7 somewhere, is they have the scheduler. And so when you click on scheduler, you can select which playlist, which is this one, and which countdown, and set it up like I set it back in August. And basically 5 minutes before our service starts, our countdown is going to start. So even if nobody's in the sound booth, it's going to kick off with our 5-minute countdown at 9:25, and it goes live. After the 5 minutes is up and it's done playing, at 9:30, automatically again, even if nobody's in the sound booth, it will go straight to this logo, which is on that slide, and so it's programmed in there, and it repeats each week. So even though I set this back up in August, it will automatically go to the right playlist and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Definitely like the scheduler thing. And then on our songs, this is a song we sung this past Sunday. What I do is I attach the audio from our playlist over here. These are our pads, and so I will just attach it to the first slide. And so what will happen is it'll go to that, and even though you can't hear it right now, our pads in B are playing, and that just stays on repeat. It's 10 minutes long, 10 minutes and 40 seconds long, but it'll just repeat even if like they go into another song that's B, or all the songs are in B, whatever, it will take care of all that. And so when they get ready to start worship, we'll kick that on, and that's what's being shown there. And then what we did was we tried to make most of our slides 2 lines. 3 lines if we can't make 2, but we try to do 2. And then we put a black box in the middle to kind of, that way if we use like lighter backgrounds like this, it kind of pops a little bit more and you can see the words. So anyways, but we have the background attached to that and the music slide. We get our graphics, our backgrounds and stuff like that from CMG. And we really like them. They work well with small churches and stuff, so I believe they have a scholarship program for small churches, and so definitely check that out. Another cool thing that we just learned, just because nobody ever taught us and we never even looked at it, is this little button right here is golden. So you'll see right here it says Unstoppable God FAM, which is basically what we call our church, First Assembly Minden. And when we click on this, we would add a new arrangement, and we made one that's called FAM, and we just named it that, and then it comes up just generic like this. And what we can do is, instead of copying and pasting all the slides, if they go to verse 1 and then chorus twice, we can just drag chorus down here, and you see it just came up right there. And so that's pretty stinking cool, because now you don't have to copy and paste all the slides, and you can put them all in order, so that way if your worship team is looking on their confidence monitor, which looks like this for us, then they can follow along. And so we go through it through practice, and even though we're letting the Holy Spirit lead us, in the song part, we try to just make sure that we get it as close as possible, so that way we're not having to jump all the way around and try to find which slide they're on, and they're not having to try to remember all the words. And so what we do is we just try to make sure that it's in order as much as possible, and so it's ready to go, and it's easier on them, it's easier on us, and then we just put a blank slide if we need to, and so anyways, it takes a little bit of getting used to. But this is our whole layout for our church, and our young adult service does a little bit different, and so they do mainly kind of like this setup, but they just add the chorus in a certain place and the chorus at the end. So pretty cool how they do all that. Same thing with Who You Say I Am. It changes to the pad G, and does the same thing. So anyways, then we get down here to our announcement video. I made things on iMovie, and then I know you can't hear it, but basically we have it ready to go. It'll start off with our logo, and then it pops up, and they are doing our announcements. Our announcements usually are around 1.5 to 2 minutes. This one's 1 minute and 43 seconds, and it just goes through all of our slides, and then at the end it flips back to the logo, and then we're ready to go with our Sunday morning scriptures. Now, the way we do our scriptures is we put them all under one slide that says Sunday morning. You could just drag them in under Bibles, and whether you do NLT, KJV, whatever, and you could just sit there and click on them right here if you wanted to, or you can copy them to a certain document, which is the one we do Sunday morning, or you can save the whole thing as a selected playlist. Now, the reason why we do it under Sunday morning is, one, our pastor does the ways to give, and so that pops up there, and he can go through that. And on the back side, underneath this slide, he's seeing this up on his monitor on the 4 ways to give, the church app, all that kind of stuff. And so that's notes for him, so he remembers everything, but everybody else is seeing this. And then we flip back to this slide, and the cool thing about this slide over this one is we have the timer attached to it. So our pastor wants to know remotely how long he's gone since he started preaching after offering, and so it's automatically set, so that way we don't have to remember the countdown and the clocks and all that kind of stuff. And over here it's doing a count, not necessarily a countdown, but it's taking care of his time. And so anyways, he'll go through his scriptures, and it'll switch to, let me go back over here. Because we're on this one, it'll switch to the graphics and different things like that with the background. And so we have that going on. So that's kind of the setup on there. Just a couple things about this little toolbar area up here. You can format that however you want. If you go under View and hit Customize Toolbar, you can drag all these different options up here, or you can remove some. I will say that I try to leave all our main ones over here. Scheduler up there. Let me show you Reflow real quick. Reflow is probably the second coolest thing on here. Let me type in a song real quick, and we're going to add it from scratch. See, I already have it in here, and it looks like that, but we're going to add it straight from scratch from our song select account. And let's see, we're going to import. All right, and so you can see it's 3 lines. It's all kind of messed up, and we want to make it 2 lines. Now, we clicked on 2 lines, but it didn't come out like we wanted it to because our font's a little bit bigger, but we like the size of our font. So let's just say you wanted to break this down a little bit more. You hit Reflow and say you want In the Darkness, and then We Were Waiting. So you could click right there in between We, hit Enter, and say you want to break those up. And then I want you to watch over here. See, right now it's 4 lines, and we're going to hit that, and then it's 2 lines. And so you can break it down into whatever you want it to be, and you don't have to copy and paste and cut and all that kind of stuff. And it still keeps it under verse 1, and so it's going through there. And so you can make it look however you want. Now, I don't know if they had this glitch in Pro 7, probably not. They've kind of left Pro 6 and all the glitches that were there. But you see how this one's kind of up a little bit higher and this one's down lower? When you click on it, it's showing our background. Let me get a different background. Okay. So you can see it looks right on here, but when you go to this one, it's up there. Now, I don't know why, but if you try to just edit that and drag it down, you're going to mess it up. If you just, once you get all your editing done, close out ProPresenter and open it right back up, it's going to be perfect just like that. So don't move it, don't slide it down and stuff. You're just wasting your time, because as soon as you shut down ProPresenter and open it back up, then it's going to be too low. So anyways, but other than that, Reflow is a really good program. Clocks, you got 3 different ways here. Again, here's our timer going for our pastor, and that's pretty cool. And then we have our Bibles. And all that kind of stuff. Playlists are really good. If you have songs on your computer from Apple Music, you don't have to use Spotify. You could use this. But since we use Spotify and it's not integrated with ProPresenter, then this is the way we do it, is we just use Spotify. So down here real quick, we have our backgrounds. Mainly I just use backgrounds and stills. Here I don't use hot folders or anything like that. But I just use these down here. They're on a 30-second thing. Again, these come from CMG, and you can download them in whatever format you need. These are in 1080, so it works well for that. So anyways, that's kind of our layout as far as ProPresenter. And I will say that we use an Blackmagic ATEM switcher HD. And so here's our software control. And we have all that set up. We do put a few things in our media slides. So our GIB is under MP2, and we have a logo on there as well. So that way if we need to go to something quick, we can do that. I believe that is it. One thing I do want to mention real quick is on Canva. I did mention it was a good program, but what you may not know is if you're a nonprofit, which most churches are supposed to be, then you can fill out an application and actually get Canva for free. And that is a very good option. I'm going to be doing a video soon on some resources that your church needs to look at, and that's definitely one of them. I will show you that we use Resi for our encoder for our live streaming. Resi is got the best customer service and the best quality out there. There are very few people that I've heard complain anything about Resi other than maybe the cost. But you know, everything costs. If you want to do live streaming, it costs money. So, anyways, Resi is a good option if you want to live stream. They do have Resi with ProPresenter 7 now. If you want to do software encoding, we do have the hardware encoder. It's a little bit more, but honestly, they just came out with the software encoder just several months ago, and it still has great reviews, but we had already bought the hardware encoder last March. And so anyways, great thing there. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you'll like and subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. And hopefully we'll be having more content come out quicker. These last couple of weeks have just kind of been kind of busy, so I apologize, but we hope to have some more content coming out soon, and we hope y'all have a great day. Thanks.